Today I'm going to show you how to do a voltage drop test on the positive cable down to the starter. The positive cable, it's quite often got quite a bit of resistance in from corrosion. This will also do the entire heavy draw positive circuit from the battery right down to the starter. This particular model of vehicle is it's an easy test to do because the starter is very accessible. Some vehicles it's not very accessible and it's a little more elaborate. You must take precautions before you do this test. The vehicle must be disabled, meaning you disconnect the plug at the distributor or disable the fuel pump, but you do not want it to start. Not as much for the test, but for safety purposes. It could also lurch at you, or if it starts in gear, you don't know the vehicle that well, that could happen. So you do the test to the side, or turn the wheels if you have to, so that if that happens, it's not going to injure anybody. So once you've taken all the precautions, it's time to do the test. And we're going to use our multimeter, the voltmeter function on the multimeter, so the cable's plugged into the appropriate sockets, with the black being common and this in the volt ohm position. And we'll set it on the battery so we don't have to hold it. I've disabled the distributor. I've unplugged the distributor right here so that the engine will not start. It'll stand out, and I'll face it toward the camera so that we can see the reading. And I'll switch it on DC volts. For the most accurate, not 1,000, not 200, but 20. So that scale will give us 2 decimal places of voltage drop. In order for a voltage drop to reading to be taken, there has to be current passing through the path that you're trying to determine how much drop of voltage there is. So in this case, we're going to operate the starter, which is probably about 70 to 80 amps that will be flowing down the positive cable. So your one lead, my positive lead right on the battery post, and the other lead I'm going to put on you can see the heavy cable coming into the starter. I'm going to put it right there. And right now there's 0 drop, but that doesn't mean anything. We have to operate the starter, so I'll get my assistant to operate the starter. Okay. Okay. So we had quite a voltage drop, 0.6 of a volt, or 0.66 of a volt, meaning that there is some corrosion in the wire or loose connection somewhere, and that may need a new cable or a new terminal, or tighten up the connections to repair it. While we're here, we can also do a voltage drop across the actual terminal, and there might not be any, but we could do that also. Okay, operate the starter. Okay, now I've determined that the voltage drop's not caused by corrosion between the terminal and the battery. That's how you do a voltage drop test on a positive cable to the starter. Remember, turn off the multimeter and put it away. Thank you very much.